Okay. Right. Many of the exotic ballets were love stories involving characters from the Orient and or the Middle East, and these were often performed by white dancers in blackface. In this way, choreographers exerted their power to control who the audience was watching, using white dancers represented people of colour on stage. Still privileged dancers and meant that black people remained, in effect, unseen on the stage. Whilst black people of various skin tones existed in both regions, choreographers either subconsciously or unconsciously depicted the main exotic character as brown, light-skinned, as you can see in this ballet, The Fairest Daughter, and consequently more palatable for the audience. Examples of Pettifer and Perkins' racial choices in early productions were the beginning of colorism in ballet. Margaret Hunter's theory of colorism explains this preference for certain skin shades, and she says, hidden within the process of racial discrimination is often overlooked the issue of colorism. Colorism is a process of discrimination that privileges light-skinned people of colour over dark-skinned counterparts. How long have I got?
Just keep going for now and I'll tell you when you're
Okay. Okay, so going forwards, we have, right, for or against black-facing narrative ballets, artistic traditions versus racial stereotypes. So I've got two examples. So this is a former artistic director, Benji Grimpe, as you can see. He says, so they did La Bayadere, and basically he said he would take issue with one of Opie's most heartfelt concerns of the company's attitude to race. This production of La Bayadere, reproduced by Rita Pinero from the 19th century Pittsburgh regional consensus scene. So basically it goes on, the children were referred to as pickaninnies, and he wanted to refer them to infants. So he wasn't too happy about this ballet. Going forward quickly, because I'm getting digging. So this dancer. So Anna says, I smeared my face and body with the stain 1,000 times. This is my creative work, and this is not racism. No matter what anyone says to me, I could just go on stage and help an audience immerse themselves in the story the author has in mind. Guys, are we really so limited that we can't just live peacefully, not go to extremes and disgusting real life from stage actions, which is unreal? So that's four. Going forward quickly. So we have against, and this is a whole hoo-ha that you guys may or may not have heard about, 2019 with Mr. Copeland. So she said, this is the reality of the ballet world. And she says, until we can call people out and make people uncomfortable, change can't happen. Going forward, and this is what the response. The Russian Bolshoi Theatre said it will not change how it performs a nearly 140-year-old ballet after a US-based dancer criticized its use of the blackface makeup as racially insensitive. Another newspaper said, BBC News said, some Russian theatre experts and ballet dancers, however, have been defending the Bolshoi production, suggesting that the use of black makeup was necessary because a lack of black performers in the country. Anyway, going forward. So just quickly, towards the end, so roles and representation in British ballet. So we have made progress in representation. just giving you a few examples. So obviously this is Carlos Acosta. And so you can see he's in 3 different ballets. He's played Soldier, Conrad, and The Golden Slave. So dance scholar Lester Turner says, consistent with the historical construction of the black dancing body as an object of colonial desire. This is quoted from Thomas de France, 2001. Audience and media invested Acosta with sexual icon status. Although the dancer pushed back this objection and insisted that he be judged solely on his artistic achievements, he's quoting Patterson, many interviews and reviews rapidly fetishized him. So, yeah, even though he's playing these roles are sexualized or eroticized. Okay, going forward quickly, I just want to show you this one. This made headlines in 2012. So the first two mixed race dancers in Swan Lake. So that was, and then the Moor. This was Evan Williams in 1991. So they blacked a black man to play Bakushka. And then 22 years later, we have Chevelle Daynott, who played Bakushka, the same role with the Moor, but they did black him up. And that's 2013. Going forward, so Mrs. Precious Adams, and she was photographed for the International Ballet performance of Swan Lake. I'm not going to say too much about that because there's two things. One, on one hand, she is a black dancer. She's got light skin colored dancer. She's a black dancer and she's made the poster of Swan Lake. But on the other hand, she doesn't play the main role. So that's a discussion in itself. So to finish up, just want to summarize, I've got time for that. I argue that the practice of blacking up white dancers to represent black people reflects European racial ideologies and fantasizes about an exotic other. This in turn is based on the colonial creation of empires and it associates racial hierarchies. Moreover, blackface makeup in ballet is related to skin colorism, which was introduced and controlled by the white gaze of choreographers like Petipa and Floki, for example. As the example shows, white dancers in brown-face makeup have leading roles, while those in blackface makeup dance as slaves or are seen in minor corps de ballets. Right. Almost there. There is clearly an urgent need for a comprehensive re-evaluation of the exotic ballet canon that challenges this historical representation of people of colour and suggests radical intervention to address the extreme racial stereotyping. Nevertheless, the racialized representation of black people in narrative exotic ballets has been a creative influence all over the world. Thank you.
Thank you, Sandie. Can you just stop sharing? Fabulous. Thank you so much. It's interesting, isn't it, that, the years that you look at, you're not expecting to see 2018, which is quite, it's quite that whole idea of how we can push forward and bat through these massive canons that are dictating the work, even knowing that it is historical dance. It's not an excuse to not move forward and encourage and engage and represent, I guess. So we're not going to ask questions right